sat up, trying to shake the nightmare. Couldn't remember what it was about. Something with hands. Zora? Yeah, just had a bad dream. She nodded. Do you want some breakfast? I waited for you. I leaned up in bed and Mom began to look at me. After a brief mom scan, she smiled. I rubbed my eyes. I wasn't hungry, but Mom probably just wanted the company. Okay, let me get up. I got up and pushed away the last wisps of the nightmare. It was as good as forgotten. Then I sat at our thin, fold-up table and ate fresh fruit and porridge. I was starting to think I could live on fresh fruit and vegetables alone. I used the recipes provided, but I'm not sure if this is how everything is supposed to taste. Better than what we used to eat. I shrugged and left out the times where we had been forced to go hungry. I think I'm going to head to the community center for coffee. She peered down, eyebrows raised slightly. I nodded. Coffee. I can't believe they had enough supply to be so flippant with it. Coffee every morning is really nice. It's wonderful. Maybe I cleared my throat and stood up, then dusted myself off and made a show of heading towards the door. Coffee. Coffee first. She laughed and nodded, stood and placed the dirty dishes in the sink that had running water. It was incredible. Mom opened the door and we stepped out into the hallway. I made sure to grab the keys. We turned the corner and almost ran right into the mayor himself. Oh, excuse me. Well, fancy bumping into you here. What brings you out to this block? He cleared his throat and straightened his shirt. Oh, I like to walk around. I used to jog, but this seemed more manageable. Camilla, how are you liking your new accommodations? Everything is absolutely wonderful. I'm so glad Yeah, you know, it's weird that I decided to play a visual novel when I can't read or the shit. Like, if you've been watching me for a while, you know that I can't fucking read, so it's probably gonna be a lot of that, blubbering and whatnot, but that's fine. I'm so glad we managed to get a spot in Camden. He smiled, and I swear I saw him blush briefly. I can't imagine how you were living before you came here. Someone walking in the hallway shouted a greeting at the mayor, and he waved in reply. It's rough up there. I miss the extra space, but our home here is much more luxurious. I don't miss the random power outages either. She visibly shuddered. We use geothermal power here. It's a lot more reliable. Everything is maintained regularly. I make sure of it. He nodded and crossed his arms. He had a look to him that said, yes, he did make sure of it. I wouldn't want to be in maintenance if there was a malfunction. I'm very grateful. I don't understand the bit about thermal genes, but yes, it sounds lovely. Even happier that I don't have to worry about it. That's the truth. I'm just happy the lights stay on. We even have cold water. He smiled and nodded. I know the rooms are small. They're just lovely. So clean and efficient. Running water. Oh, that alone is enough to make me happy. Mom beamed at him and I saw him relax somewhat. I cleared my throat to ruin the energy building in the air. Mom, I'm dying here. Coffee? Right. We were on our way to the community center. Don't let me keep you then. I'll see you around, Camilla and Zora. Later, suspicious man. We separated and I eyed Mom suspiciously. The mayor seemed okay, but he was the mayor. What was she thinking? He seems like such a gentleman, you know? Uh-huh. He's also the mayor, the guy in charge of everything and who owns this whole place. So, what does that mean? He can't be a gentleman? Why are you looking at me like that? I know. Nope. I'm still the mom, so you shush right there. I can tell you're about to lecture me, and I don't want to hear it, young lady. I rolled my eyes, and she wrapped an arm around me. Don't fret over me. I'm not that old yet, or helpless. I can take care of myself. I know. I just can't help worrying anyway. Aw, I love this mom-daughter relationship. It's really sweet. After we got some coffee, we learned about the library. We had seen information about it before, but it hadn't occurred occurred to us that we could borrow books for free. Mom had only brought a few of her cherished romance novels that were battered from frequent use. It would be good to read something new. Ooh. The library was cluttered with books and a set of desks off to the side. Apparently, they held some kind of educational services here. A guy, probably a few years older than me, sat behind the counter looking at a book. He hadn't bothered to glance up, but I could only imagine that he was the librarian. Oh, hi. So, are you the librarian? Yeah, I guess. I looked at Mom and she just shrugged. She seemed content to watch me try and interact with him. Great. How do I get a free book? He sighed and grabbed a box and set it on the counter. He opened it without looking away from his book and handed me 2 blank index cards. Okay. Very friendly. So, do I wave this like a wand, or write your name and home index number and then give it back to me? Whenever you take a book out of the library, I'll note it on your card. When you want to return it, I'll cross it out. Sounds very clever. We did as he asked and handed the cards back to him. Without another word, he placed it under the box and returned his attention to his book. Before I could walk towards the shelves, the door opened and behind us and someone else walked inside. Hello? Sam? Sam from Stardew Valley? That's like the immediate vibe I got. He was taller and handsome, about the same age as the quiet and rude librarian. Not rude librarian. Hey Trevor, you're not scaring everyone away, are you? The librarian, or Trevor, set his book down and stood up. Hello, welcome to the library. Can I find you something to read? As he spoke, his voice was deadpan, and I didn't know how to respond. Mom simply walked away towards the reading material. I should have followed her. Brian? Don't worry about him, he doesn't bite. I'm Brian, I run the greenhouse. You run a greenhouse? That isn't not your vibe. You have like skater bro, like guitar playing vibe. Oh, hi. I'm going to sit back down now. Man, Trevor's a jerk. Where do you get all that youthful energy, Trevor? We are the same age, Brian. Brian turned his attention to Trevor, and I was left to my own devices. I walked around and took a look at everything that lined the shelves. The place was small, but overall nice. 2 guys seemed completely lost in their own little world. Trevor was trying to read, and Brian was trying to get and keep Trevor's attention. I had finally started to figure out the organization system when I heard Mom coming. What do you think is up with them? Mom sidled up next to me, holding 2 new books in her hands. Both had covers that depicted a man and a woman clutching each other oddly. I don't know. How many books do you think we're allowed to check out at once? Not sure, but I suppose you'll have to tell us, won't he? I nodded and looked around the room as Mom returned to the romance section. There were tons of books lined up and neatly displayed. It would be really wonderful to have something new to read. What did I want to check out? Ooh, something easy and relaxing. I grabbed XOXO Tales of Jerks in Love, and I met back up with Mom, and we headed towards the counter. I waited to see if Treasure, God, what am I doing to myself? I waited to see if Trevor would react to Mom's pile of books, but he only took our cards and notated the books we were taking. Brian smiled in a friendly way, but didn't speak again until we started to walk away. Then it was only to Trevor. We spent the rest of the day organizing our tiny home and reading the books we borrowed from the library. When the time came to attend one of the career open houses, we went our separate ways. I tried to pick a good field to check out, but I had no way of knowing what would be interesting to me or not, so I just headed to the medic's open house. That is not the career for me, let me tell ya. I am too squeamish. I would not make a good medic. I walked into the clinic and was hit by the chemical smell of medicine and illness. It looked like a waiting area with places for patients hidden behind the curtains. There were pamphlets set up. Sorry, let me try that again. There were pamphlets set up on the table and a lot of people dressed in crisp white clothing. Oh, hello. A woman with big blonde hair walked over and took my arm. Hello there, darling. Alright, I guess that's her voice. Wow, that just came out of me so naturally. So naturally, oh my god. No, I can't do that voice. I'm Iris Marie Jackson, but please call me Iris. Everyone else does. She led me over to where everyone else was sitting. I saw a doctor approach. A man in a crisp uniform approached me. He seemed friendly, but distracted. Hello, my name is Dr. Micah Everett. Are you interested in joining the medical field? I'm here, aren't I? He turned to the others and spoke to everyone. I am sure that you are all at least somewhat aware of what we do here in the clinic. It's important work that helps everyone keep everyone healthy and alive. While we teach you some first aid, you can help us by keeping record and maintaining the clinic's sanitary requirements. He means writing people's names down and cleaning. Oh my god. I cannot believe that voice is coming out of my mouth. Yes, so Iris is correct. While doing this, I can teach you as much medical knowledge as you can stand. The more doctors and nurses we have, the safer we'll all be. How about a tour? Iris clapped her hands together as she looked at everyone. Micah rubbed the bridge of his nose. Come on now, get close. I don't want to lose my voice. Oh no, God forbid you lost your voice, ma'am. I started walking towards Iris, but felt compelled to stop and talk to Micah. He might get annoyed if I didn't stick to the tour, though. Nah, just don't bother him. I decided it would be best to follow Iris. She walked us around the clinic and pointed to where everything went. As she walked, she talked. Great. People come in and you take their name and home index number and then jot down what's wrong. Unless it's so bad that there isn't time for that, then straight to the doctor or nurse. We don't see a lot of emergencies in here. Most people with minor things and occasional work injury. A lot of people will be cleaning. Gotta keep this place absolutely pristine. If you don't understand why, then this ain't the job for you. Or you can just tell them, like damn. She continued to lead us around the clinic and show us the various rooms and storage areas. Once Iris was finished talking, everyone started to leave. I grabbed a brochure and looked it over. A job at the clinic could be dangerous. I'd be surrounded by sick people. I wasn't sure if I wanted to be responsible for someone else's well-being, though it might come natural for me after so many years of looking after Mom. I headed home, but spared a final glance towards the nervous doctor. He appeared to be counting. Okay. So, Trevor, we met. Tabby. We haven't met Sam. Some people we've met aren't on here, though, which is interesting. Just, Trevor's here. And we've met Micah, Jude, and Ava. Okay. So far, so good. I opened my eyes, and I stared up at the ceiling. There was a stillness in the room, so Mom had likely left. I knew there was almost nothing to do until the career open houses. It made me feel anxious. Mom had probably gone to the community center for coffee and had a chance to see the mayor. Might as well get myself a cup before I start to aimlessly explore Camden. I ate until I wasn't hungry, got dressed, and savored the chilled water. Part of me wanted to get used to this new life. Another part wanted to avoid it. What would happen if this didn't last? We could be kicked out. I had heard of it happening. I needed to hurry if I wanted warm coffee. I grabbed a cup of coffee and stood near the back of the room. I spotted Mom. She was chatting happily with someone beside her, the mayor not far away. A woman bumped into my arm as she walked by, making me jump. Oh, hello, clumsy lady. I like your hair. Oh, goodness, I'm so sorry. It's okay. While I have your attention, here, I'm Gloria. I'm looking for people in the community affairs department. Oh, her smile is really cute. She handed me a flyer, smiled, and began to move on, but then stopped. I'm so sorry, I should have asked your name. Zora. She nodded, and then was gone. I noticed her bump into a few more people, and then hand them the same flyer. I smirked and looked back towards Mom. Something had my mother very excited, but I wasn't sure what. She would tell me as soon as she got the chance, though, I was sure. Finished my cup of coffee and glanced at the exit. It's getting busy in here. Louder. Time to go. Didn't take long for me to meet Mom's eyes. I waved, and she returned the gesture. With that accomplished, I turned and retreated into the halls. I stepped out into the hallway, eerily quiet except for the noise leading out from the community center and the hum of neon lights. I leaned against the cool wall and tried to steady my breathing. What the hell was wrong with me? It felt like my skin was crawling. Well, I mean, I can imagine that, like, after living a terrible, terrible life in this post-apocalyptic world, that surely being around so many people all of a sudden would be really weird, uncomfortable, and it would feel like danger, probably. So, I guess really it makes sense. And I can't imagine what that would even be like. It sounds terrible. The door opened and the noise escalated briefly. I looked over and saw Jude emerge. Our eyes met. He nodded as a greeting and then began to walk away. I do like Jude. Hey, Jude! Sorry, no. No. No, we're not gonna make that reference again. The game already did that. We'll go home. Bye, Jude. I shook off the weird urge to follow him and headed home. Whatever was making me antsy could go away if I took a nap. I still had time before the open houses. Yeah, I think I'm pretty settled on Ava, like, immediately. Like, immediately it was love at first sight. So I think I'm good. I think I know who I'm going for already. I sat on my bed and savored the quiet. I looked around at the room and felt a heavy sadness settle over me. My breath shuddered and I felt tears coming. I buried my face in my hands and let the emotions crash over me. I knew I'd feel better if I didn't fight it. There were too many emotions dancing through my heart, all of them confusing. After a few minutes, I felt lighter, but also really tired. I curled up into my bed and hoped Mom would wake me if I fell asleep. I was done with today, but I still needed to go to an open house. I had only dozed off for a few minutes when Mom woke me up. Now I needed to go to the community center for their open house. When I walked in, I could see that this open house was very popular. There were a lot of people here, milling about. Gloria saw me and came up to me. Her movements were graceful, but her smile looked off. Are you interested in working in community affairs? We have the most fun. We get to put together all of the events, and we're the ones who keep Camden running smoothly. We facilitate communication between Camden and other cities, help maintain inventories, and broker trade. Lots of fun stuff that just sounds dull. Promise. Oh, so there are other cities as well. Okay. It's kind of like how in Fallout that there's like multiple shelters, I guess. I've only played like 3 seconds of Fallout 3, but I'm pretty sure that's how it is. She motioned for us all to sit and she continued on the whole spiel. I realized she hadn't just been talking to only me, so I quickly sat down and listened. Gloria outlined a typical day and the various things new people would be in charge of. As she spoke, the mayor walked by quietly, but immediately pulled attention away from Gloria. Please ignore me. Nonsense, you're an integral part of community affairs after all. She didn't look very happy. She waved him over as he moved to stand beside her. While working in community affairs, you'll be working close with our beloved mayor. Oh god, I know what my mom's gonna be doing. I need a strong team behind me to help cultivate the kind of society we all dream of. Gloria nodded, but I thought I saw her eye twitch. Oh, yeah, she doesn't like the mayor. Yes, and that takes a lot of work. Fun work. Rick and Gloria started to outline and explain various job tasks, but their energy was very tense. Ooh, now I'm curious about Gloria. What's she got going on? She seems to hate her job. When it was over, everyone dispersed. The mayor was quickly surrounded. Gloria Gloria began to adjust things that had been left on the table. Hey, Gloria. Good evening, Zora. Do you have any questions about working in this department? She looked up and smiled at me, but it was forced. Maybe I should say something to her about the mayor. Yeah, I'm really curious about the mayor and her. Tell me. Not really. I just noticed some tension between you and our mayor. What? No, we work together very well. Her smile became even more forced. You just seem a little annoyed. I'm just tired. I had an early morning. She glanced towards the door, and I noticed that a lot of people had left. I'll see you around, alright, Sora? Okay, get some rest. I took the hint and left. Her outfit is super cute, though, to be honest. She's super cute. Actually, she's very adorable. Fuck. Oh, no. No, I don't want Ava to have any competition. No, I love her. Fuck.